What's up, Hokie Nation? Kyle Marchak alongside Carter Hill for a more lighthearted segment in your second portion of TSL today from the Corporate Research Center. It is Friday, May 5th. And of course, before we get things going, Triumph Recruit Retain Reward. Thank you guys for sponsoring this segment of TSL today. A little quick of an intro because we have a fun one again. Kyle Marchak, across the way is Carter Hill. Carter, how you doing today, buddy?
Good, Kyle. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. You know,
takes a lot to track you down.
Yeah, 100%. You know, you are 15 feet away from me from time to time. And by that, I mean, you and I are roommates. But you know what? The fans don't care about that. What they do care about is it is full swing for Diamond sports season. The postseason's coming around. Baseball and softball have had similar seasons in terms of how they've played at the plate and pitching. Now, obviously, you know, softball's been ranked. Baseball's been hovering outside the rankings. But you know, I think I want that to be the trend. These teams have played similarly, you could say, considering they both had a lot of success at the dish, but their woes have been on the mound or in the circle. Would you agree with that?
I would agree. Well, it's more so too. Baseball hasn't been healthy. You know, softball has had some unfortunate things go their way from a pitching standpoint. Baseball just hasn't been healthy. But yeah. I mean, I would say, you know, softball was coming into the year, maybe a regional host. They're not going to host a regional, but they'll be a 2 seed in an NCAA regional. And then baseball, you know, some people had them hosting a regional. I didn't know if they would get to that point. They haven't been there. And right now, according to Chris Hirons and according to D1 Baseball and Baseball America, they're kind of on the bubble whether or not they're even going to get in. So we'll see what happens there. But I think baseball will get in. Softball will be a 2. So I think they're similar in terms of both have taken a little bit of a step down from last season, but at the same time, they're very dangerous. And I know you're going to get into some fun stats in a minute as well.
So let's look at it from this perspective. I thought of this fun trivia segment for fans to follow along, whether they're listening or watching.
Just to catch up
on how the seasons have gone for some of our star athletes and the Diamond in particular. So I'll bring it from this perspective. The Gobblers just happened. And so I just saw all those athletes in the same room, and it got me thinking about both the Diamond Sports excellent seasons in comparison to each other thus far. So I thought of this for a 10 question trivia segment.
Okay.
But I'll propose the bet first. I have 10 questions for you. In particular about softball and baseball in the same question, if that makes sense.
Yes.
In comparison.
10 you said.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted to propose a bet. You and I go to McAdoo's a lot.
Yes, we do.
If you get 7 or more of these questions correct, I will pay for our next meal at McAdoo's. Does that sound fair to you?
I think that's fair.
Or would you like to go down to 6? Because I can tell you.
Let's go 6. Let's go 6.
Because
I'm out of here Wednesday though for the summer, so it will probably have to be a next semester thing. Or we can go Sunday, Monday.
Or maybe next time if we go to Cox's driving range later, not sponsored. You know, just for fun. All right, let's start with this then, just to get the appetizer going. Who has more hits this season, Jamie Bailey or Jack Hurley?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You see where I'm going with these questions?
That's a fair comp because Jack Hurley has had this outer worldly of a year. Now, and again, Jamie Bailey, you know, she went down with an injury last week, but Jack Hurley's been hurt for 2 weeks. So I'm going to go with Jamie Bailey has more.
Correct.
Let's go.
You are 1 for 1. Jamie Bailey had 51 hits so far. Jack Hurley has 49.
So Jack Hurley probably would have been ahead. Although Bailey has not played, she didn't play either of the final 2 regular season games. So,
that's true.
But yeah, I probably would have said if he was healthy, he probably would have been Jack Hurley. But Jamie Bailey.
Okay.
So I'm glad to be off to a good start.
I figured these questions would be hard to gauge because, long story short, there are slightly less games in softball and slightly less innings as well.
True.
But the statistics hitting-wise in softball are more inflated, probably just because Virginia Tech's really darn good at hitting.
Yes.
Would you say that's a fair assessment?
Well, they've had some midweek games too.
Right.
Granted, they've been 5 innings, but when you put up 10, 12, 15 runs, you're naturally going to have 3 or 4 at-bats. I mean, how many midweek games did we do, Kyle, where they run ruled them? Maybe it was just 1 with you, but I did a couple with Nick, Longwood, Radford, Mount St. Mary's, where they put up that amount of runs. So
we had Chattanooga in town as well.
Yeah, Chattanooga. I didn't do that one, but I know you did that one.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of moving parts in softball that makes it hard to gauge what the numbers accumulatively look like. And we'll go into the rate statistics later. But for now, question number 2. Who has had more official at-bats for the Hokies in 2023? Garrick Ebel or Rachel Castine?
Rachel Castine.
Wrong.
Oh, what?
Garrick Ebel has had 64 at-bats. Castine has only had 53.
I probably should have known that. Garrick Ebel started the year as the starting catcher.
I knew these questions would stump you.
Ah, Phooey.
All right. So for the fans tagging along, question 1 was Jamie Bailey. Question 2 was Gary Ebel for more at-bats over Rachel Castine. I figured that one would stump you.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Right now, you're 1 for 1. You're shooting 50%
1 for
from
2.
the field.
1 for 2.
Oh, yeah. 1 for 2. Sorry. All right. Question number 3. Which Hokies ball club has more players with at least 1 home run at the dish this year?
Can you repeat the question?
So on the rosters for baseball and softball, the number of players between the two teams that have recorded this year at least 1 home run. So essentially how many home run hitters they have on the roster. Which one has more?
Probably softball.
Wrong.
What?
Baseball
Softball for the longest time led the nation in homers per game.
I know.
But I guess it's top heavy.
Well, guess what? Baseball has 15, softball has 14.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
he got me.
You are 1 for 3 right now. As of right now, you better get your money up and pay for our next meal at McAdoo's. Okay. Carter Hill, the guru, is 1 for 3 right now. Question number 4. Which Hokies pitcher has collected more strikeouts this season? Andrew Sentlinger or Molly Jacobson? It's a good one.
Molly Jacobson doesn't strike out a ton of hitters.
Okay.
Let's go. It's fair comp.
It's a close one. They both play similar roles, you could say.
Yeah, although softball is so different.
Softball's different pitching-wise, yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on this question. I need to get this one right.
Yeah, you need to get the ball rolling. You're 1 for 3 right now.
I'll go Molly Jacobson.
You are wrong.
Oh my gosh. I went her because, you know, like she'll start every now and then.
She's had more of a role pitching wise, but that's the thing. The pitching load is so top heavy.
I said she doesn't strike a lot of hitters out.
Andrew Sentlinger has 29 strikeouts in 2023.
Does he really?
Jacobson has 27. Yeah, I was surprised by that. Now again, more innings in baseball as a pitcher. But Sentlinger's rates, strikeout wise, aren't through the roof.
All right, I don't want to hear it. I'm 1 for 4. Go ahead. Next question.
You're 1 for 4.
Next question.
We are at the halfway point. You only have 1 question correct. That's pitiful.
It's bad. Well, we're not at the halfway point yet. We still got 1 more.
Question 5. Both teams have been strong defensively. Which team has a higher season high in errors allowed in a single game? Meaning, which team has allowed more errors in one outing? So let's say, for example, I'm going to make these numbers up and make them skyrocketed so it doesn't give you any indication. Let's say softball had a game where they allowed 12 errors, which obviously didn't happen. And baseball had a game where they allowed... It's got to be
baseball.
You were correct. Baseball.
Yeah, that game at Radford, they had 7 initially. I think they changed it to 4.
Yes, they gave up 4 errors.
Wow, I think there was a little bit of
3. So
I think there was a little bit of Radford saying, "Oh, we've only won 8 games. Let's bulk up our." I wasn't at that game.
Bulk up our hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're 2 for 5. You're back in the green.
Well, sort of.
Question number 6. Which team in a single outing has struck out the most batters? Meaning the pitching staff has collected the most strikeouts and won 7.
Baseball.
Okay. So your answer is baseball.
Yes.
You are wrong. So now you have to go 4 for 4 to finish this. This is a bad start.
The Windy special.
So which team has struck out the most batters? Softball has struck out 17 in one game.
I should have said softball.
You should have said softball.
I should have said softball. Softball, there's so many more strikeouts.
Very close again. Baseball struck out 16.
I knew there was a game where baseball had 16, and that's why I went with baseball.
So just to review, you got question 1 correct. Then you went on a 3-game losing streak.
3-game skid, if you will.
3
question skid, if you will.
Question 5 you got correct, and then you just dropped another dud.
I need to make it interesting, so I need to get the next few right.
You better hope so, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll give you a little bit of an easier one. Which ball club has struck out more batters this season, softball or baseball? Think deep here.
I'm thinking deep. That's why I'm not saying anything.
Or maybe don't think at all.
Yeah, that's true. So, obviously, Emma Lemley has the ability to throw. Obviously, Emma Lemley has the ability to produce strikeouts. Lindsey Grind has been better with it as of late.
But then again, this is an accumulative statistic. So,
I would say baseball.
You are correct.
Yeah, I would say baseball.
You are back in the green. And actually, this one was a lot easier from a margin standpoint because baseball has 427 strikeouts. Softball has 380.
Well, you face more hitters
That's
too
just
in baseball.
an innings thing.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd put you back in the green with that one. All right. So just to recap, you have 4 questions wrong and 3 correct through 7. You have to get the next 3 correct.
I thought we were going to 6.
Oh, wait. Well, yeah. What's the number? Yeah,
6.
Yeah.
So I need to get 2 of the next 3 right. Don't cheat me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. Hold on. You got question 1 correct, question 5, and question 7. You have 3 more questions. You have to get the next 3 right to get 6.
I've only gotten 3 correct?
Yeah.
Thought I got 4 correct.
Which one did you?
We may need to go back and listen to the recording.
I'm fairly
Our producer
certain.
back there, do you know how many I've gotten correct? 3? Okay. All right. Never mind.
She's telling us 3, man.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Way to try and cheat. I wanted it to be a fun day at the studio too. But all right,
Okay,
Carter
go ahead.
Hill.
Yes.
How about this? Which Hokies pitcher is a better whip in 2023?
Oh my gosh.
Brady Kirtner or Emma Lemley?
Whip is so hard to calculate too.
And it varies between softball and
It's
baseball.
so different. That's almost unfair. I'll go Brady Kirtner.
You are correct.
Yeah, Brady Kirtner.
You want to guess?
He's had a really good year.
You want to guess what the margin was between these two?
No, I have no idea.
Brady Kirtner's whip is a perfect 1.12, and Emma Lemley's is a 1.13.
You did your research for this.
I did. I told you I wanted to get some good questions for you.
Okay, there you go.
So now you are a perfect 4 out of 8. So just to remind you, you still have to get the next 2 questions correct.
Yes, I'm aware.
Which Hokies hitter has more total bases this year? Emma Ritter or Jack Hurley?
Oh gosh, that's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good question. Total bases. This is going to be tough. I will go Emma Ritter.
You are correct.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Emma Ritter
well,
has
her average is like
111.
somewhere around 400.
Oh, she's just cracked. At the
yeah.
plate. Emma Ritter has 111 total bases. Jack Hurley has 110.
Oh.
Yeah. I gave you
So
some
Hurley
good
being
questions,
hurt
man.
really changes some things. Okay, so we're down to our final one.
Yes.
So it comes down to
So
this.
this is for
if
all
I make
the
the
moolah
comeback
right here.
all the moolah.
This is the difference between $15 worth of McAdoo's.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're paying for my food, so it'd be more like $20. But we don't have to talk about my eating habits. All right. Last question. This is a wacky one. Who has had more at-bats this year? Kelsey Brown or Brody Donay?
Oh, that actually is a good one too, because neither started the year as a starter.
Nope. They both had the same year, essentially. Very different positions.
You
but the
really
same
did
year.
do your prep for this. Good for you.
Thank you.
At bats.
You are frazzled over there, Carter. And just to remind you, if you get this one
I
wrong,
know.
you have to pay for my McAdoo's, man.
This is actually a really good question. Again, there's more at bats in baseball, but Kelsey Brown's your leadoff hitter.
Mm-hmm. You are so stressed. Can we just give you credit too for your comeback so far?
Well,
You've
we're
gotten
not
the
there
last
yet.
3 questions correct. Knock on wood. Let me
Jeez.
knock on wood real quick. Let's get the.
This has been like the most interesting TSL today, and it really sparks up some good ideas for the summer. Like, I'm going to be in North Carolina. You're going to be in Minnesota. I know you'll be a little busier than I will be, but I will be doing some TSL todays that some people are going to be like, what are you doing? But like, David Cunningham's going to come on and we're going to talk about sports cathedrals or stuff like that. You know,
That's
like,
pretty cool.
yeah. Thanks,
I like
man.
that. I like that. All right. So who has had more at bats this year, Brody Donay or Kelsey Brown? Take your time.
Donay, Kelsey Brown. Oh, I'm taking my sweet time. Brody Donay or Kelsey Brown. Is it close?
Yeah.
I'll go with Brody Donay.
You are correct.
Let's go. Let's
Congratulations,
go.
Carter.
Let's go.
What a comeback,
that was
Carter.
incredible. I want to thank my parents out there for raising me to love Virginia Tech. I want to thank my parents because
What about
that's
the
the reason.
dog?
I do want to. Well, my dog has no say on what I care about Virginia Tech wise. She doesn't even know Virginia Tech
she's
exists.
A support system.
But I, thanks to my parents, particularly my dad, for taking me to baseball, and I still go to baseball with him some nowadays.
So
I'll sit with you. I'll sit with him. She's fine. And then credit to Learfield and my guy Evan Hughes and Zach Mackey for allowing us to broadcast softball. They have made some serious contributions as to why we are in the position that we are in right now. So I do want to thank them. This
is a really weird and unexpected time to thank all of our mentors for all the help we've had this season and our growth, because this was just a trivia segment. But you know, I'm not going to say it's not that serious, because clearly this meant a lot to you. So
it meant
congratulations, Carter.
I just want to say, through the first 4 questions, I was 1 for 4. I was dead to rights.
A comeback.
2 for 5. I was 2 for 6. I was 2 for 6.
That's LeBron James down 3-1 in the finals right there.
Yeah.
That's incredible. How does that make you feel? You and LeBron James in the same conversations?
I'd rather be with MJ, if that answers your question.
Oh, well, you know what? That's a podcast for another day.
That's a podcast for itself, yeah, on its own.
Well, how about this? Greatest comeback in Virginia Tech history. You know that better than me. Lay one down just to compare your comeback
2016
right here.
Belk Bowl, Virginia Tech, Arkansas, Bank of America Stadium, December 29th, 2016.
Oh, tell us the details, Carter.
Hokies down 24-0
Give us the details.
Halftime. Hokies down 24-0 at halftime. They're dead to rights. Joey Sly misses a field goal at the end of the half, and the Hokies score 35 unanswered in, I think 28 of them were in the third quarter. At least 21 of them were. And then they scored 35 unanswered to win the game 35-24. It's Justin Fuente's first year. Tech won 10 games as a result. And Brett Bielema was the head coach at Arkansas at the time.
I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty dumbfounded the fact that you just spitballed all of that right there. Well, congratulations, Carter.
Thank you so
owe
much.
you a dish at McAdoo's next time we go out. Not sponsored. Again, Triumph is our official sponsor for this episode. Recruit, retain, reward. Thank you, Triumph NIL, for helping us out. But for now, a lighthearted episode will shut down the second and final segment of TSL today. It was Kyle Marchak alongside Carter Hill. We'll see you guys next time from the Corporate Research Center in Blacksburg, Virginia.